We all have been on this social media for over decades. Some people are going to be maybe like 20 years, 2 decades being on this social media. Yes. And we've seen how people, Christians, non-Christians, other religion, other people that belongs to other religion, how they have insulted men of God. I'm just going to measure a few men of God that have been so insulted that you see us Christians on social media going on the comment section to defend these men of God. But what did they do? They never responded one day. They never in any way, in any form, come on social media or use the power that they have or the connections that they have to arrest any of these persons that come out on social media to insult them, to call them names, even their children. Don't even, these are people with adult children. These are men of God with grandchildren. People have insulted them on social media, called them all kinds of names. You and I, we are guilty of that. We have either criticized one pastor or one bishop or what that did you. But what did they do? They saw us all as their children because we call them daddy. They never one day say they want to use that power to the connections that they have to arrest one person or to take or to take such persons to court or to file a defamation lawsuit against such people. We have never seen anything of such. In 2004, December 15 to be precise, Bishop David Oyedepo said, I was insulted for 7 straight years. Bishop Oyedepo. I don't want to call him Almighty Bishop, but Bishop Oyedepo that is so respected worldwide. Bishop Oyedepo with the biggest church in the world, not just in Nigeria or Africa, in the world. He was insulted for 7 straight non-stop years. What did he do? Nothing. He was still doing the work of God. That same work that he was called to do, he was doing it. And he was growing. He was getting blessed. Maybe because he was praying for those people that were insulting him. When Christ was being crucified, what did he say? Father, forgive them for they know what they do. That was the common saying that we all know that Christ said. In December 15, 2004, Bishop David Oyedepo, he wrote, he said, I was insulted by other pastors on national TV for 7 years. Someone asked if we should settle the fight. I said there was no fight. If one boxer has entered the ring and there's no opponent, he will go home. Those were his words. He was insulted by pastors. And people encouraged him that he should fight them back. He said, there's no fight. I'm not fighting anybody. Nobody is fighting me. If you are a boxer or a wrestler and you go into that boxing ring and you are the only one there, after waiting for so many hours or so many days, and your opponent, the person you assume to be your opponent, is not there, what do? You pack your load and luggages and you go back to where you come from. Those were the words of Bishop David Oyedepo. And people applauded him. People called him the man of wisdom. And people were thanking him on social media that he has done great for not even responding to these people and for not even, going to say he want to arrest them or use his connection to file for defamation, which he would have done because he have the power, he have the connection, he know people. He never did that. I'm just going to rush through this because I don't want this video to be too long. The second person is David, Daddy G.O. of Redeem, Adeboye. Pastor Adeboye. Just recently, I don't want to go too far because I have a lot to say. Pastor Adeboye was insulted by that TikToker guy. He called him I can't even say him. He called a man that is old enough to be his father, his grandfather, a stupid and foolish man. And guess what? Other people, other pastors got upset. Younger pastors that don't have the discerning spirit got upset and went and arrested him. What did Papa Adeboye do? He called them and said, no, that young man should be released. That young man should be released. That was what Papa Adeboye did. He never said, oh, I'm more than him. I hear from God. I speak to God daily, on a daily basis, every minute, every second. Keep him there until I'm satisfied. Let him rust in jail or in prison. He never said all that. He came out on a national. Pastor Adeboye demanded for the immediate release of the detained TikToker that actually called him names. He said that the TikToker should be released immediately. Adeboye disowned the group that orchestrated seeking arrest, saying he was unaware of such incidents. And he demanded that this TikToker guy, be released immediately. This is what he says. The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God worldwide, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, has appealed for the release of the detained TikToker Olumide Ogunsanwo, aka C King, who the police arrested and arraigned the TikToker in court for criticizing, there's freedom of speech. And Papa Adeboye understands that. He's a very learned man. He's a professor, for crying out aloud. And he appealed for this TikToker guy, a man of God, a man that hears from God, a man with wisdom, called for the release. He appealed for that guy to be released. Then let me go to Olukoya. There's this blogger in UK that takes a time to insult Olukoya all the time. They never responded. Should I go on? And so many. What about our Daddy Freeze? Have you all forgotten so soon that Daddy Freeze takes pleasure in putting on that ring light, sitting on that ring light, and talking to these pastors? He talks to them in a very derogatory way. It got to a point that his own father had to take Daddy Freeze to go apologize to Oyedepo. We know they forget. How many will I mention? These people never took us to court. They never filed any case against us as defamation or defamatory words against the church or against who spoke against Christ. The people that he was trying to save. The same people that he did miracles for. Those were the same people that were insulting Christ. But what do we see this day? What do we see? What do we see these days? Christians, we call ourselves Christians. What about Idahosa? May his soul rest in peace. May the soul of the great man of God rest in peace. What of Joshua? The one that just passed away a couple of years ago. How did people not insult him? Call him names. That's Joshua, right? Synagogue. What did they not say about him? Did he ever arrest anyone? Did Pastor Idahosa ever arrested anybody? What about other pastors that Nigerians have called out, insult them? Have you ever seen any of them arresting anybody? These are great men and women of God. Have you ever seen them arresting anybody? Look, my people, there's something I'm going to tell you all today. Don't follow anybody blindly, whether they are gospel singers, because they are supposed to be ministering as well to you and I. Know Christ for yourself. Would Christ do this? Is the question you will ask yourself. Would Christ have arrested VDM? Would Christ maybe use his connections because he have people in high places? Would Christ have ordered the judge, call the judge on the phone, on the cell phone, and say VDM needs to be taken down? Would Christ have done that? These are questions that we should ask ourselves as Christians. Have a discerning spirit. Don't be misled. Don't be carried away with somebody's music. Some people might be singing. They are singing not for the purpose for which you are thinking. They might have other hidden agenda. Yes, they might. Have a discerning spirit. Seek God yourself. Because these days, we truly don't know who is serving God and who is truly calling on God. Would Christ that we all call, Christ for use police, Christ for fight for defamation. Papa Adeboye never fight for defamation. Papa Oyedepo never fight for defamation. Olukoya never fight for defamation. Joshua, Pastor Joshua, synagogue never fight for defamation. Daddy Daosa never fight for defamation. How many will I call? I never see, I never hear any of these men of God that fight for defamation.